Just want to do a quick little video here. This is a 5,000 gallon poly water tank install. I got a protective fence around here, just some cattle panels with T-posts, and a little gate here. And added a sight glass. It's just some clear tubing. I added a little valve down here, so in case you got to replace the tubing, or if you ever have any problems with it, you can always shut it off. And so right here we got a labeling machine that I like to use. It's a Dymo Rhino 4200. Comes in handy for labeling stuff, so other people can know what's going on here. But we got our marks here for how many gallons, and if you're using the sight glass on the side here. And we got two valves. So we have a main shut off on the top, and down here we got a 500 gallon reserve capacity. So if for some reason your system fails and you run out of water, you could always come up here and turn this valve on, and then you'll have an additional 500 gallons to buy you some time. Added some unions, so in case you got to replace a valve, I break it down easily. And we got a 2-inch DR9 HDPE pipe coming up as our fill line over here, and then I transition to Schedule 80 2-inch PVC. So this is this line goes in and out. So when the solar well pump is pumping, water comes up through here and travels and hits this check valve, which is a one-way valve. It only allows water to come out of the tank at this point. So if we're pumping water up and it hits this check valve, it forces the water to go up to the fill line, up into the top, up here. And you'd want that for, if you're up here and you're troubleshooting, then you'll know if you got water coming into your tank. If it was just flowing in through the bottom, you wouldn't be able to hear it, and you have to try to climb up and look inside. Just makes it difficult. Plus, you get some additional aeration, so when it splashes in up at the top. Let's see what else. So I use some unistrut and some pipe clamps to support a little bit here, because it's such a long area of all this piping sticking out. And then I also brace this up here with some more unistrut. And another reason use Schedule 80 PVC pipe is it's thicker than Schedule 40, 1, and 2, it has added pigment. That's why it's dark gray, which makes it UV resistant, so it doesn't get brittle and break down so easily like a regular Schedule 40 white PVC. And then let's see, up here we have I got 2-inch tank adapter coming out with T, and so this way, if it ever overflows and my wireless monitoring system fails to turn my pump off, then we don't have any erosion going on around the tank, and water can overflow and come out here instead of out of the lid, and then it'll come down this pipe. I got labeled Overflow, and it goes, I don't know, maybe about 40 feet down over there, and I got a plastic check valve on the end of that, just to keep critters and bugs from getting into the overflow and possibly making their way up into the water tank. So then also on the T here, I came up and I put an additional vent, and I made a screen out of some 1/8 inch galvanized mesh and some rivets. And you'd want to vent, make sure you got good ventilation on your tank, because especially in a situation where you have like a lot of elevation change, like 400 feet of elevation, if a line breaks down below, it could create enough suction or vacuum that it could collapse your tank. So if you didn't have proper ventilation up here, it could cause a lot of damage and problems. It could even collapse your water line from vacuum. And then up here at the very top, we have a smart water monitoring system. It has a little solar panel and built-in battery, and it wirelessly communicates to the cabin where the controller is, and I can monitor both my water tanks. I have another water tank on the other side of the property, and I got a mechanical float in that one, and this whole system's tied together. So that way, this one's at a higher elevation, and the other one has a mechanical float valve, and this one will fill up last, and this is what tells the pump to turn on and off. That's about it. Yeah, feels good to have part of this project done. Can move on to other things.